Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Bob, can you turn the light on here, please? How is everyone? I'm going to wait for a few minutes. Get a few more people on and have a look at have a look. If anyone's got any questions for today. Hi, Amy Smith. Oh. Chase that fly. Oh. Hi, Jane Finley English, Beatrice Harrison, hello. Apple, hi. Deborah Costro, hi, Wild Heart. See by the title today, it's a special day here in Australia. It's Anzac Day. Hi, Melinda, Ducha, Marie Sutton. Hi, haven't seen you for a while. We are both doing fine. Hubby a lot better after his little slip the other day. So I have got, there's some idiot here in Australia going on Sky News saying that Chauvin's conviction could be overturned within a year. And then America will explode. As I said, he's an idiot, but I'll have a look at the likelihood of that. Statehood for Washington, D.C. and the Arizona audit. They're two other things I am looking at, going to be looking at. Yeah. The new big lie making the rounds. Does anyone know about that? People Trump pardoned. They can't plead the fifth. Will they have to testify? Oh, yeah, the Arizona audit. Yeah, I'm having a look at that. That is a fiasco. A journalist volunteered to be an observer. That's the only way she could get in because they weren't allowing journalists in. And she said they were using blue pens, which can be read as a vote. So they could go in and alter the votes with blue pens. No, saying that they did. They were supposed to only use red pens. So that was all sorted. Yeah. Hi, Jim, Dave. Oh, Melinda says hi, hubby. Hello. Hubby says hello. Oh, American Eye, 10 creepiest discoveries found in America. That's I like American. I watch that for mystery things to look into as well. Okay. Now, I saw a headline that Navalny was close to ending his hunger strike. Will he end it? Slowly coming off it. Yeah. So how is he? Will he recover? But that's the thing. Will Ukraine join NATO? That is from Marie Sutton. Yeah, Wild Heart, I'm going to have a look at that. Not being part, in the Atlantic or anything, Australia, we don't really know much about, well, we know about NATO, but I'm not really up on what the requirements are to join. Thank you, Teresa Balthazar. Okay. Yeah, a judge told them they had to use red. They couldn't use blue or black pens. Oh, yeah. Will Caitlyn Jenner actually run for governor? Because they've gotten enough votes into recall Newsom. I'm good, thank you, Beverly Spencer. Moonchild, hello. Well, I suppose it's their way of defying, but blue and black are they can't read green pens, the voting machines. Just going to have a look at a couple of headlines. Yeah. Biden has announced 200 million vaccinations in his first 100 days. That's twice what he was aiming for. Okay. Hi, Judith Gash. Okay, let's get stuck into it. Oh, the submarine. Where is it? That's the Indonesian submarine. They have confirmed that it's sunk. And they have found flotsam from it. So they know that it's sunk. How, I don't know. Let's have a look. Accident or not. Okay, let's get stuck into it, guys. I've seen somewhere they put a skid of medical equipment in landfill. New stuff. Did that happen? Was skiff of new medical equipment put in a landfill. But who are they? That's the big thing. Okay. What's this idiot? Hi, Mystery and Me. Hello. Thank you, Ewat. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And hello to everyone who's watching who hasn't joined the chat. You don't have to. I do appreciate you all watching. Yeah, you have to just keep going. Just keep plugging along and doing it. Okay, this idiot in Australia who says that Chauvin's conviction could be overturned within a year. Will his conviction stand? I don't think that's going to happen. No. Justice is going to prevail. His conviction will stand. But why is he doing it? I mean, yeah, it will stand. It will stand. He can appeal as much as he'd like. You can't. The facts are on video. It's on. Yeah, it's out there. And the emperor. He's going to try for a pardon. From the state governor. That's not going to happen. The governor's going to say no. King of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. No, it's not going to get overturned. It's going to stand. But they think they have something that they're keeping secret for appeals that they can bring out. But no, it's consequences. There will be reviews. There always is, because he's going to appeal it. But no. He's looking at a way of making money from it. Hi, Christine Thomas. 6 of Swords, 8 of Swords. There's so much momentum against this that it will be resolved. That's it. It's been resolved. All issues been resolved. It's not. It will be. But he is going to try. If everyone has a right to appeal. But no, it's the resolution has come and it's going to stand. So no, it's not going to get overturned. I saw that it was from Sky News, which is pretty much the equivalent of Fox News here in Australia. Very right wing. Now, the House has passed a resolution for statehood for Washington, D.C. And one of the junior reps called out the Senate and saying, look, it's just racist if you don't do it. There's 700,000 people who are disenfranchised, and basically it's voter suppression. He also pointed out there's more people in DC than in the states of Vermont and what's the other state? Wyoming. So DC has a permanent residential population that is more than Vermont or Wyoming in those states, and they're not able to vote. Will DC get statehood? Page of Swords. Five of Swords. Not at the moment. The disappointing news there at the moment. People, abusing their position to stop it from happening. And it is right, because my understanding is that Washington, D.C. has a very high minority population as well. In fact, it's the majority of the population is made up of minorities. So it's definitely Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Destabilization. There's it would bring, actually being given statehood would actually bring stability to the area, because there's no real representation for the people there. And it's it's a pretty poor area as well. Yes, they've got all the centre area and all that, and Georgetown and all that, but the bulk of Washington DC is it's not really that rich an area. They're not giving up on the plans, but at the moment, but it will happen. The Republicans don't want it to happen at the moment, because if they grant it, then there's 2 new Senate seats up for grabs, and in all likelihood, they will go to Democrats. That's why they don't want it. But there's, so they want to keep it in the dark. But I don't think that's going to happen for long. Thank you, Christine Thomas. Knight of Cups, King of Wands, new stable leadership. Look, I do think it will happen. 2 of Swords. Tipping point decisions. Here's the thing. If the Republicans were in the position that the Democrats were in, they would grant it. And they wouldn't, but if they were there and it was a Democratic, and it had a big Republican base there, they would grant statehood, no problems. So, yeah. And it's not going to happen at the moment, 2 of Swords, but there is going to be a tipping point at some stage. The people deserve, representation. There's going to be a need for more stability. King of Wands and a more wise leadership and more stability. That's the Queen. I think they should look at it again after 2022 elections. Hi, Linda B. I do feel it will happen, but not quite. Yeah, Whitby. Okay. I saw a story from one guy in Florida who's been arrested with the Capitol, right? That he thought he was invading the White House. We had the old Parliament House and the new Parliament House. We have Kirribilli House. Thank you, Judy Malley. I know the difference between the old Parliament House and the new Parliament House. And I also know the difference. And I also know that Kirribilli House is the official residence, I think. So, I think it's Kirribilli House. Well, I do know the difference between the old Parliament House and the new Parliament House. Had a blast doing it. Well, he'll have a blast serving time then, won't he? Okay. Now, what else we got? The Arizona audit. Is that going to come to anything? Hello, Helena Harrison. The Arizona audit going to come to anything? Or will it be I just got shut down? Will the Arizona audit be shut down due to ongoing inconsistencies? The moon. Yeah, there's a lot of lies happening about the audit in Arizona. Lies and deceptions. 5 of Pentacles. There's only one aim. Behind that audit, and that is to put Democratic votes, discount them and put them out in the cold. The Chariot. It's the first thing I thought was the wheels are coming off. Journalists are banned. The journalist who volunteered to go in as a observer, if she wanted to, she was going out in her breaks because she couldn't take her phone in, and tweeting updates to her manager, and then she got told that she couldn't do that. If she continued to do that, she'd get booted out because she was there as an observer, not a reporter. This is going to be catastrophic. There's more coming out. Chaos. In their determination to create, and they're determined to create chaos as well. 5 of Swords. It is an abuse. It is an abuse of power on the part of the Arizona Republicans. The person they hired to do it is a Trumpster and a conspiracy theorist. The wheels are catastrophic. Five of Cups. Loss. Great. King of Swords. Prosecution. First I thought it was prosecution or corruption. Let's see. They had a definite strategy of what they wanted done. So this is definitely corruption. But the wheels are coming off. Is it going to do what they want it to do? No. Definitely not. I said, the wheels are coming off it already. Hi, J-Lo. They're determined to forge it for. They want to rush it. They want to get it done quickly. They want to try and get it done under the radar and very, very quickly. I'll put those cards aside. I'm going to use putting these cards aside, but I'm using the same deck to get deeper into the story. Okay, I see inconsistencies, continuing flouting of the rules. When an audit is done on election ballots, there are strict rules and they're continuing to flout them one way or another. Four of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. It's going to end up before a judge again. Betrayal. Yeah, they're going to be breaking or flouting the rules. Seven of Swords. Stealing. It's like trying to smuggle something. Maybe they're going to try and smuggle in extra ballots, Republican ballots. Seven of Swords, steal. It is an attempt to steal the election back. Four of Wands. But before a judge and celebration. Six of Pentacles. Quid pro quos, deals. Payoffs. Nine of Pentacles. It is definitely an attempt to get the Republicans say, oh, no, the Republicans won just by a little bit. Judgment, no, but the judgment's not going to go for them. In fact, I do feel like this dude, it's prosecution. The Star. New direction. The Republicans are tying their hopes to this. Didn't one of the Senate seats go to a Democrat? Page of Cups, Air of Cups, Ace of Cups. Yeah. There's definitely money involved. Yeah. Okay. Yes, they're going to get caught doing the wrong thing. Is it the FEC, Federal Election Commission or something? Is really keeping an eye on things. There is yeah. Hi, Kate Sweet Blue. Okay. The people that Trump pardoned. Wow, let's have a look there. Will they be subpoenaed to testify? Will they be subpoenaed to testify? Interesting. Okay, let's see. What's next on the list? Sorry. Oh, will people that Trump pardoned be subpoenaed to testify? Okay. Christine Thomas, that is a really interesting point you bring up with vision impaired people or blind people. I will remember to say every card. I generally do, but not all the time. Sometimes I just read the most important ones. So thank you. It's just a reminder that, you know. Will the people Trump pardoned be subpoenaed? Two of Wands, that is definitely a strategy that is being thought about in various committees. And possibly by various laws, legal cases and stuff. Thank you, Cat Lady Farley. And hello to everyone who's watching, who's not in the chat, and hello to anyone who's watching later. Thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. So, the High Priestess. You know, when it is definitely a strategy that is being considered, and it's going to be a high impact strategy, and it's something that I don't know if these people actually thought, because I think a lot of them really believed that Trump was going to get back in and that there'd be no investigations, none of this, you know, nothing, and that they would just, you know, be able to walk away. They're not going to be able to walk away. So we've got Two of Wands and the High Priestess. Both cards of strategy and planning. And the High Priestess is all about secrets as well. So you're right, they're not going to be able to plead the fifth. So the Moon, here it is, the secrets, the lies, the delusions. They're going to have to hi Jazzy girl. They're going to have to answer questions. And here's one aspect of the Moon card that this card displays really well. It's got I'm using the Mystic Mondays tarot deck here, and in this deck you've got the woman, she's sitting on an iceberg and she's looking back, and there's two other icebergs reflected on the water by the moon. But as we all know, with icebergs, 90% of them is below the surface, hidden obstacles. And I honestly think these people thought they would not be called in to answer questions, but they thought that Trump would win, the Republicans would get the House and the Senate back, and that didn't happen. So now there's these obstacles that they really aren't prepared to deal with. Here's the Seven of Cups. So many lies and deceptions and gaslighting, and they're not allowed to, they won't be allowed to hide behind it anymore because they can't plead the fifth. They have to answer questions, and they know if they lying to Congress, they're going to end up in jail. That's one of the reasons that Cohen ended up in jail, because he told that little fib. Ten of Cups. Circle, circle, circle. The cups here are all in a circle around this shiny diamond. A circle of deceit. And with rainbowish circles around them. Ten of Cups, it is the Republican Party. It is not what the Republican Party hoped for. I'm going to read on the inquiry that they want to set up as well. Five of Wands, conflict. It's going to cause conflict. Because it's not just Trump that these people can and will have to spill the beans on. But it's definitely, it's other people within the circle as well. The Chariot. Oh, yeah. The momentum, it is going to happen. There's huge momentum behind it. the Empress. It's really interesting because the High Priestess usually has a pomegranate in it, but here the Empress has the pomegranate. She's leaning back and she's holding the pomegranate, and the pomegranate is often associated with death. And she's riding a wave, and she's got a pineapple crown, she's got bananas in her hand, she's got an abundance of everything she needs. But the pomegranate is, it's like people like Roger Stone and this, that, and the other. They have an abundance of money or whatever, but it's not going to help them. Everything that they have, and they feel like they have an abundance of protection, and they don't. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, secrets that have been held close are going to have to come out. Princess of Cups. That's Page of Cups. Princess of Wands. Okay. The messenger with a messenger with offers. The speaker of actions, the teller of actions, a messenger about actions. The Hierophant, the process going through. There are a lot of high impact cards here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 high impact cards here. I'm just going to have a look at the Princess of Cups here in this book. Shadow self, surreal. That's the flow, synchronicity, mystic messages. The flow. And that's interesting because it's on the Chariot with momentum, the flow. It's gonna flow the secrets, and it's going to flow with actions having to be spoken about, and the Hierophant, the process is still going to happen. They can't avoid it. Hi, Sean Muller. How are you? Control Plus will make text larger. Click on the screen first. Oh, there you go, guys. You can try that. So if you click on your screen and hit Control Plus, it should make your text larger. Let's see if that works. I don't know if it'll work on this one, but click on the Control Plus. Didn't work. Oh, yes. No. Yes. Well, yeah, it did. It worked. Okay. Well, there you go. Thank you, Sean Muller, for that. That works. So try that. So if you hit, it might take a little bit of time. And, yeah, it does work. I just did it here. So if you are having trouble reading the comments, hit Control Plus. So you click on the screen, anywhere on the screen, and then you hit Control Plus, and it should make the writing a bit bigger. And I think every time you do it, the writing gets a little bit bigger. So depending on how large you might want it, you might have to hit it a couple of times. Okay. So actually, that is better. It's better for me too. So thank you. Now, Alexei Navalny, he's ended his hunger strike. Will he recover? Let's all send out a prayer of recovery for him. Guidance that highs truth and compassion. Please help us in sending out prayers and healing energy to elected. And control will bring it back smaller. Yep. Seven of Wands. He's standing his ground. He's standing his ground. Princess of Cups. Very highly emotional news, welcome news to his family and everything. Oh, that's an interesting question. Will Gates squeal? Okay. Alexei Navalny. Nine of Wands, but he is embattled. He is embattled. Will he recover? Let's have a look. Queen of Wands. Wisdom, compassion. Seven of Swords. He's still going to have, he's not going to be able to escape prison. Now we've got the Princess of Swords, which is disappointment, can be disappointing news. Ace of Swords. Truth is going to come out. Three of Swords. It's not looking good for him. Princess of Pentacles. Offers intellectual help. Knight of Cups, an offer. Devil. The Tower. Look, it's not looking good. I think maybe too much damage has been done. No, princesses are the pages. Page of pages. Knights are knights. Yeah. Often in some decks you'll have the princess, the prince, queen, and the king. The princess is the page. Princess, if you're looking at court cards, princesses are usually pages, okay? Knights can be knights or guardians or princes. So, yeah. I do feel that maybe too much damage has been done. I hope I'm wrong, but I do feel that that may be okay. But whatever happens next, it's going to be a huge destructive tower moment for Russia. Now we've got the Three of Swords here. We've got the Devil and we've got the Tower. It's going to lead to a big event. do feel maybe too much damage has been done. I'm not saying he's going to drop off easily or quickly, but I do feel that ultimately, you know, this hunger strike will lead to his, but I do feel too much damage has been done. I don't like to wipe someone out completely, so I'm not going to do that, but a lot of damage has been done, and it's going to be just not a big chance of recovery. I hope I'm wrong. So we'll see what happens with Navalny, but what I want to do at the moment is have a look at Putin. How has Navalny's hunger strike and people's reactions to it, how has it affected Putin so far? And Seven of Pentacles. It's a bit of a reap what you sow. What did he expect would happen? It was also a chance for him to go in a different direction, into releasing Navalny, opening up to opposition talks, you know, opening up to freer and fairer elections. Hi, Edna May. How are you? Long time no see. Eight of Pentacles. A lot of work to do. If he's going to overcome this, he's got a lot of work to do, and he knows that. Ace of Pentacles. This has led to a lot of financial support for Navalny's cause. I'm going to light a candle here, guys. Pouring in from people. He's got money. He can steal money from wherever he wants. The opposition can't. But the amount of support and monetary support from the Russian people, light a candle for Navalny, is increased. That's okay, Edna May. Eight of Wands. Oh, momentum. Momentum for change. This is interesting that it's on top of the Seven of Pentacles. Momentum for a change in direction. Reaping what he sows. It's going to lead to a change in direction of a lot of work is going to happen, and there's going to be support for the work, but it's not work, it's not support for work Putin has to do to get everything back to how he likes it. It's support for Navalny's cause. Three of Pentacles, group work. There's two lots of threes here. Two lots of threes. Group work, working together. Hang on a minute. I'll check. I'm not big on the numbers side, so I do keep some notes. Creativity, determination. That's for three changeable circumstances. Creativity, determination. Ten of Pentacles. 10 is cycle, end of a cycle, the end of the legacy. Legacy built on money and power. Nine of Pentacles. Eight, two, surprises. We've got 2 8s here. That can lead to surprises too. He's really going to be surprised. Queen of Swords. Judgment. Having to answer for his actions. One more row. 6 of Pentacles. Deals and quid pro quos are not going to work. 4 of Cups. He's going to get an offer he does not want. The World. Resolution. The upshot of Nalvani's hunger strike, whether he passes or not, is going to lead to a resolution that's going to lead to a new start for Russia. And this is, I don't know what Putin thought would happen if he didn't let the Russian people have the free and fair elections that they deserve and that they fought for and that were guaranteed to them. What they're going to have to do is anyone with a tie to the KGB, to the Communist Party, or to the KGB, to the old times, should be disqualified from running. But that's my personal opinion. Is that going to happen at some stage? Okay, the Ukraine. Why? What's happening with their joining NATO? With their bids to join NATO and their pleas to be included. So Putin wouldn't let doctors in to treat him, Wally. Yeah. Yeah, well, Ukraine. Okay. I'll do a line of 5 first. I'm going to I've spread the cards out here, so for a little bit of a change from how I draw them. Ace of Cups, new relationships, forging new relationships, working on new relationships. 8 of Wands, there is momentum there for it to happen. 4 of Cups. Now, there's something about They're being offered something, but I don't think they feel it's quite enough. There's this cup above, and then there's 4 empty cups, and I think they're waiting patiently. They want more in the offer. What do they have to do? They want more than that. There's the Chariot. So there is momentum. It is going to happen. The Chariot is a major arcana. So it means time-wise, as we all know, Tarot's not the best for time, but time-wise it's a bit further in the future than now. So it's sort of like not quite yet. One more. 7 of Cups. There's still a few issues that have to be sorted out. Some things that are still gaslit leftovers, I think, from the previous government, and it was very corrupt. So we'll have a look more at that. The Hermit. Yeah, there still needs to be some clearing out of some things, and 7 of Wands. But the Ukraine are going to stand there. Yeah, until these things are cleared up, Ukraine's still going to be held on the outer. That's part of the offer here. But Ukraine can stand its ground. There's going to be the boundaries will be set. Will it happen? Yes, it will. But there's still, yeah, there will be resolution of this. This is the World card. So it will happen. But we've got the 2, 1, 2, 3 major arcana. So time-wise, there's still a little way. There's still some time left to go. Is it still summer here? No, we're into what I suppose you'd call winter, cooler days and everything. Not winter, autumn. But we still get some hot days. We can get spurts of hot weather, but into May, we can still get cyclones well into April. As if anyone was aware, we had a big cyclone across the coast a week or so ago and did a lot of damage to one of our largest regional coastal city, or one of the larger regional coastal cities of Geraldton, and well inland, and it just tore through the inland of the coast, several hundred kilometres in there. It was still a Category 2 cyclone, and then it went down to a low, and it moved very, very quickly, wide swath across the inland of WA and down, and crossed over the Esperance region. It was huge, and yeah, so I'll put my geographic skills to the test and do a wee little map. Hang on a minute. So basically, This is Western Australia. Category 3 cyclone. Here's Geraldton. It went through there. It really did a lot of damage. It went further inland, and it was still a Category 2 system when it hit. I think it was Morrow. I'm not 100% sure. And then it turned south, east, I suppose. And then soon after that, it turned into a very big low, and it moved very, very quickly and over Esperance. So it's, yeah, big, big cyclone. Or hurricane, as you call them. I haven't heard of anybody having got hurt or missing, but there was a lot of damage and lots of flooding all over the place from it. Okay, will Caitlyn Jenner run for governor of California? She's talking about it. Well, she certainly wants to, but we've got the Five of Pentacles, which, you know, she certainly aspires to the top job, the Empress job. She feels that she can be a stable, calm, and compassionate leader. But for some reason, there's the out in the cold card. Oh, it's okay. We were okay. The main thing is that I don't think there was a loss of life or anything. A lot of property damage, a lot of people displaced as usual with these things. And but yeah, where the cleanup's happening, people are getting the help they need and things like that. Queen of Cups. Again, emotional stability. King of Cups. Biden. Is she a Democrat or a Republican? The Hanged Woman on top of the 5. Now, I think she's going to get 10 of Wands, a burden, too big a burden. 9 of Cups. That's a wish. She's Republican. Yeah, no. Yeah, there's hidden obstacles for her. She really does see herself as displacing the Democrat, Newsom. But, yeah, she's not. There's hidden obstacles for her. And there's a pause. Now, these are major arcana, so they're big cards too. The Empress, she really does see herself as the next governor. And there's nothing wrong with having aspirations like that. There's nothing wrong with having a belief in yourself. But Biden, there's 9 of Cups. Does anyone know if Newsom is going to run again, or is there going to be a new Democratic thing? Because I do feel like the Democrats are going to win again. It's not so much the Democrats. I mean, it was Republicans who kept hounding and hounding and hounding to get him displaced. The support to keep a Democrat in office is going to be the big thing, and that's going to be the big burden too. California is a blue state. Yeah. Mm. I think it, whatever, hi Greta, whatever her political affiliations and political beliefs, the fact that she's putting her hand up for this is amazing and should be applauded. To have a transgender woman running for such a seat, or even considering that, should be applauded. I don't see her winning. I do think there's actually a pause in her momentum, if not a complete stop. She's going to come up against some hidden obstacles. It could even be a primary. Yeah. Burden of primary. So I do think she'll be knocked out of the race at the primary stage if she does run. The Indonesian submarine. This is Australian authorities are helping with that. So this is a very close to home story. Do a very quick reading on that. Was it an accident or something else? I can't see any reason for it to have been something else. We sometimes have a very uneasy relationship with Indonesia at times, not all the time. Yeah, so whether you like her or not, you would vote for her or not, applaud that she's, you know, doing something. I've got nothing against Caitlyn Jenner. I just don't. I just see her, you know, I don't think she's going to get past the primary stage. But, yeah, I do remember that she does have some pretty right-wing things, which is unfortunate, but, you know. Okay. And anyone has the right to run for office. So, support. Now, I'm reading on the Indonesian submarine. Was it an accident? There is support for this theory. I-171 sign in. But either way, was it an accident? Now we've got a no card with the tower. Catastrophic. It is a catastrophic event for the Indonesian to lose a submarine. The Fool, that's a yes card in terms of yes, no. I'm getting faith in technology or something. Oh, the Devil. Now, this is interesting because we've got 3 high impact cards here. In terms of yes, no, 2 of them are no cards, as in not an accident. 1 is a yes card. I'm only 4 cards into the reading, so this is really not a good thing to happen. It could indicate some ill intent there. Knight of Wands, there is going to be investigations, and this is diagonal with the support card. They're a long way from knowing what happened. Temperance. There needs to be restraint, not jumping to conclusions. And needs to be balanced investigation. And getting something far back. Back in the history of the subs. Hi, Judy Wilson. Thank you for your compliment, Judy. Now, this is back in the history of the submarine itself. It's something that might be able to be traced back to its building or into its history of use. I don't know whether it was used by another navy beforehand, whether it's purpose-built for the Indonesians. It's going to be, it's a emotional news, but you've got the Page of Cups, the messenger of emotional news. No, I do, oh dear, I do feel like the theory is implosion, but I'm not quite sure on that. Emotional news, anxiety. Oh, I pick up on people in there being anxious and scared, like it's their living nightmare. It's the nightmare of every submariner happening, that they may have been alive for a while. Edna May, I did do some, I will have a look at that. Baby, did you call me? Okay. My sexy hubby. You sexy, sexy thing. Would you please, darling? He's so sweet. And yes, he is sexy.
What are you doing? Oh, how's it going?
I'm letting everyone know how sexy I think you are.
And you're hinting at a coffee. I'm getting.
Oh, damn it. He caught me. He's onto my game. But honestly, without him, he does this every Thursday, every Sunday. He makes me coffees while I'm doing it, and it's so sweet, and I love it. And thank you. Hi, NH. Thank you very much. I got your donation. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. I'm reading on the Indonesian submarine now. Isolation. I don't think it was deliberate, but it is going to have it is a catastrophic event for Indonesia. And that there's definitely, but it's got the devil here, which can read ill intent, but it can also read repeated patterns, repeated mistakes, repeated things missed. And I do feel like it's something, and we've got the Six of Cups. Look back into the history of the submarine. I do feel that it's something that's isolated. It's something that repeatedly got missed. Yeah, I definitely think there might be some class action lawsuit coming up with that. I don't feel it was deliberate. but it is catastrophic, of course. And as to the fate of those on board, well, I'm getting emotion, high running emotions. Their nightmares come to life. And that can be an aspect of the Six of Cups as well. Feeling isolated and alone. Feeling like their lives are being stolen. So I hope I'm wrong. I hope it was an implosion. It was an implosion and they were, and I hope the end was, but I have a feeling some might have survived for a while. But all that will come out eventually. Some of it might not. I got this real sinking feeling right down in my gut when I saw those cards there. Yeah. Thank you for that news, Christine Thomas. Yeah. Are there tornadoes in Australia? Jim Dave, yes, we do get the occasional tornado. Not very often. We can certainly get some quite large whirly-whirlies, as we call them, which are small twisted things. We call them whirly-whirlies. They're not really tornadoes. They're wind swirl. Tornadoes are generated from a different type of weather pattern, whereas whirly-whirlies are stirred up by the actual wind and stuff. But yes, we have not been known to get the odd tornado in Australia, mainly in parts of New South Wales, but not very often. Thank you, sweetheart.
Okay.
Hello, Bubba girl. Well, you're wise to be, worry and afraid of tornadoes. It's nothing wrong with being afraid of tornadoes. I think you're smart. Okay. What was the deal with that skiff of new medical equipment being put in the landfill? Error? I see, Sims. You managed to get a rubber glove stuck in your garbage disposal. Anyone who's had things like that happen, no, it's not necessarily the best. But you can handle it one or two ways. Either say, that stuffed up my whole day, nothing's ever going to go right, or you can have a good laugh and say, well, get on with it. I'm all for laughter. Yes, it's better than getting your hand stuck in there. Okay, hello to everyone else who's watching. Thank you so much for the likes. And hello to everyone who joins later in to watch the videos later. I really do appreciate all the support I get from you guys and the love and the encouragement. It humbles me. Ooh, somebody is going to get into real trouble over this. This person is looking very, very embattled. It's a 9 of Wands. It is going to be investigated. I'm just curious about that 9 of Wands. I'm just curious about that Nine of Wands for some reason. As you're aware, sometimes I feel like I need to have another look at things. I do feel like, thank you, Anne, thank you. Yeah, somebody's really going to be put on the rack for this. It was an error. Somebody's going to pay for it. Not maintaining control. One aspect of this is, of the Nine of Wands, is still being able to maintain control of your resources. Yeah, somebody definitely painted themselves into a corner here. That's not necessarily going to lead to legal ramifications, and they tried to cover it up. But, yeah, look, it's coming out. They can't really stop. It was a suffer. Somebody who's in a position to know better, but they stuffed up. They got it wrong. They weren't paying attention. They're definitely going to have to defend themselves. It was a monumental stuff up by somebody. They were more about gaining a victory over somebody. You know what? I think it boils down to something very petty with some office politics, and it went wrong. Yeah, there's no major arcana in this reading, but they have painted themselves into a corner. Tried to cover it up and be creative about it, but it's not working. They're going to have to answer to it. I don't think there's going to be anything criminal come out of it. It was a mistake that they then tried to cover up. But hi, Fern Robin Blanc. It's nice to see you. I love the butterflies. Thank you. But, you know, they could end up out of a job. Okay. Ooh, next question. Will Gates squeal? It is was a lot of money in the trash. Someone who should have been keeping their eye on the ball and should have been more in control than they were was too busy personal politics, or, you know. Will Gates squeal? Let's have a look. Okay. Oopsie daisy. Will Gates squeal? I'll say, will he squeal? And will it do him any good if he does? Will Gates squeal? Well, Trump's turned his back on him. He was so eagerly Trump's apprentice. He really wanted to be Trump's apprentice, to learn all he could from Trump. And he was so interested from that, he never saw the danger signs. And he can't, and he believed himself so immune to consequences of his actions because of who he is, who his dad is. His dad, by the way, is not that happy with him. I don't feel a rift, but I do feel strong disapproval. And I don't think his dad was ever really full-on Trumpian or anything. Missy, come on, darling. No, I haven't given you any treats yet this morning, but you can wait, okay? Look at me. Look at Mummy. Look at Mummy. Come on, look at... Night, Linda B. Thanks for joining us. Come on, you. Down you. Go annoy Daddy. Go thump on the door. Oh, the hermit. There are some, he's feeling out in the cold at the moment, and there are some things he could shine a light on. So, but I do like this. He was so engrossed in being Trump's apprentice, learning all he could from that. He never saw the danger, which is Trump will turn on those who, you know, he feels are a hindrance to him. He still thinks of Trump as the wise leader, and he really fooled himself into thinking that he's he forgives Trump. But what he doesn't realize is, you see on the, this is the Steampunk Tarot deck by Barbara Moore. You see on the King's throne, underneath it, there's a cog. What he doesn't realize or understand is that he's always just been another cog in the wheel to keep Trump in power, and another cog in the machine that Trump's using to destabilize the US and destabilize faith in the election process. Knight of Cups. He doesn't, he still believes in the false knight, in Trump, in what Trump said. 10 of Pentacles. This is interesting. The Trump empire. Oh. He had designs on Tiffany Trump. He thought he could marry into the family via Tiffany. That he's so stupid even Tiffany realises he's not worth it. And she's, victory. Again, it's just a cog in Trump's wheel to win over Biden. Is he going to squeal? He's feeling embattled. He's feeling... Oh, he's a fool. He still has faith in Trump. Exposure. I don't think he'll ever squeal on Trump. Stone, maybe. But I don't think. King of Swords, he's going to face prosecution. The Chariot, he is out. He has, and it's coming quickly, the momentum towards his prosecution. Gaslighting. Deluded. He's deluded. He is really deluded. Secrets and agendas. He knows a lot, but he's so blind to faith, to Trump. Congressional investigations into him. He won't squeal on Trump. He won't. Trump and Stone and all that. He's going to have enough problems. He's going to have to retire. And he knows he's not popular in the Republican Party. Congress, the House, he's gaslighting. I don't think he'll ever squeal on Trump. He's too... He didn't just drink the Kool-Aid, he dived into a vat of it. Will he go to jail? Interesting. I've read that as a general question because there's so many things he could be charged with. Will Gates go to jail? Ten of Pentacles. The Fool. Again, now I gave this a good shuffle. The Fool again. He really believes he's not going to. But the Sun, and they're all yes cards, by the way, the Ten of Pentacles, the Fool and the Sun, they're all yes cards. His exposure, things are going to come to light about him. His family's not going to be happy. Reap what you sow. I haven't seen any jail cards yet. Deals and quid pro quos that he made. Oh, he's definitely got something big coming and catastrophic with the Tower. The Hanged Man. Paused momentum. Restriction. Possibly. Ace of Pentacles. Making the same mistakes for money, and he's raising money. Trying to raise money, and he's making mistakes with that. King of Cups, Biden. No, not Biden. Nine of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. There's the three again. Group work. Eight of Pentacles. He's still so... I don't see any swords, but I do see restriction. So I think that might be too far in the future yet. strength, very strong case against him. Now, here's a Two of Swords. Critical decision pending, critical legal decision pending. They might be getting close to showing their strategy to investigators and legal people. I think they've got quite a strong case against him, and they're getting close to deciding what they're going to indict him with and stuff. The do feel indictments are coming up in the future. At least 3. He's a very silly, silly person. And you can't call him a kid or a lad or anything. He's 37. Certainly knows right from wrong. Okay, somebody asked me, will they change police training? Will there be a nationwide change to police training? That's part of what that bill is about too, isn't there? I'm going to bring out the Sun and Moon Tarot. It's a lovely little deck. What's more like Australia? We're not perfect. You don't think our police have their prejudices and don't let their prejudices reforms. You had to go state by state, and there's still some that they've never done a royal commission into. Yeah, there was a lot of reforms, but there's still police out there who abuse their position, who, you know, we still have deaths and custodies of Indigenous people. Princess of Cups. This is an emotive issue. And the message that is out there, it's a very emotional message. Change is needed. Change from the ground up, from selection up. 10 of Swords. Ruin. If change does not happen, it just, American society is just going to be full of deceit and betrayal, because they cannot count on those who should protect them to do so. Cruelty, 9 of Swords. Currently, it's felt that in cities across the nation, and even in some smaller places across the nation, anxiety, nightmares, people are scared to leave their homes. And and this isn't about COVID, we're talking about policing. Change has to happen. I mean, look at this, cruelty. What happened to George Floyd was not just wrong, it was cruel. What that man was doing was cruel. And there is this undercurrent of cruelty. Hi, Laura Carson. Oh, that's okay. You don't have to. I don't mind if people come in late, and you never have to apologise. Family always. So it's just a nightmarish condition that's continuing to happen, and it won't change until all of the crap is cut through. Until there is new processes, new laws, new ways of doing things, new swords are about words, new instruction. That's the Ace of Swords. The Prince of Wands, that is the Knight of Wands. Investigations. There needs to be investigations. Every force needs to have not an internal affairs division. They need an independent investigator. Every state, a body of independent investigators, every state, that they go in and they review everything. And they are specially trained to do so. I think that ex-FBI agents would be excellent. Or marshals, United States marshals even. Maybe there needs to be a new branch of them. They go in and investigate those things. Four of Pentacles. It's all about hanging on to power, and a lot of people don't want these changes to happen because it feels like they're going to lose some power, and they are, because a lot of the changes that need to happen will be about excising those who abuse their power. Hi, Linda B. Haven't you gone to bed yet? You said you were going to bed, darling. Queen of Pentacles. Not that I don't want you here. Of course I do. Queen of Pentacles. They like how things are. They don't want things to change. They like feeling like they're the ones who keep stability. Ooh, look at this. Hidden agendas. There's so many. A lot of people join the police force with a hidden agenda. And they have to be routed out. That's right at the recruitment stage. 10 of Cups. Satiety. Yeah, they use it. They use it to feel, they use their positions of power and the resources they're given to do that, to feel something within them that they feel is unsated. It's ridiculous. Change is needed. 2 of Pentacles. There's going to be change. Now, in terms of yes, no cards, there's way more yeses than there's no. So, 8 of Cups, indolence. Walking towards a new future. That's what has to happen. There has to be agreement and the want to walk towards a new future with policing. King of Swords. Prosecution of those who do wrong. More prosecution of those who do wrong. Drawing a line. 9 of Pentacles. Gain. You will lose your position of power if you do wrong. That's got to be made clear. Death and rebirth. Changes changes to, you see, it's the Phoenix Rising card. The old way of training and recruiting and assessing has to go, has to change irrevocably for the police forces in the US to rise above and become what they should be. Nine of Wands, to build their strength. It's going to take a while to build their strength, but it will happen. I do see it happen. Ace of Cups, a new relationship between police and the community. But it is going to take time. And one of the things they have to root out first, those who have a secret agenda when they join. Because not rooting those people out leads to consequences. Three of Wands, like people being killed unnecessarily. A lot of people go into the police force believing that they're going to fight a war of black against white people. And they're not afraid. That's how they see it, and they don't hide it. I think there's going to be new ways of assessing the progress in their training as well, where they're going to get told right at the start, you are going to be continually assessed. You will never know if you're being assessed or not. You will have the written assessments, but there will be other assessments, and we're not going to tell you when they are or what they're going to be. In fact, they shouldn't even have to say that. They should just do it. Dave! Oh, good heavens. Okay, has anyone got any questions? Because it's coming up on the 2 hours, so I'm happy to take a couple of last-minute questions, but you'll have to be quick. Hi, Constance Campbell. Nice to see your name there. Hi, Sharon Sipe. You asked a question a minute ago, Melinda. What was it? Shifts in climate control is messing with the fish and disrupting the colour side. Not knowing if other fish are friends. Oh. Questions. Will humans too? Oh, will our sight be affected with colour and all that? Really interesting question. From the scientific point of view, there is no such thing as colour. What we see as colour is diffractions of light through the atmosphere. But we see them, and, you know, it's our perception. Colourblind people have a slightly different perception. So, if there are changes in the atmosphere due to climate change, can and will that affect our perceptions of colour? Now, that's interesting because, you know, you've got the gold and white versus blue and black dress. That's one. I'd love to say that all of the insurrectionists will be arrested by the 5th of May, but that's not going to happen. But I really think it should be celebrated. It's Labor Day, isn't it, in America? Really celebrated hard. But let's get back to this question. Hi, Sherry French. Will changes in the climate, changes to the atmosphere especially, will that affect human beings' perception of colour? As we know, colourblind people, their perception of colour is different. Green is red and red is green with them. Or brown is yellow and yellow is brown, you know, depending on that. Now, they say it's happening with fish already. That's really interesting. Let's have a look. Guides of the highest truth and compassion. Thank you for helping this question. Dave, Mansion isn't brain damaged. He just has a different way of viewing things. Behave. Behave, Dave! Oh, just telling one of my subscribers to behave. He knows who he is. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. Out in the cold. Worry. This is a real concern. Temperance. We need to show restraint and we need to aim to redress the balance with what is going into the atmosphere. Seven of Pentacles. Failure. There's already some areas, I think, where this has happened. Thank you, Laura Carlson. I love the little jumpy person. It's gorgeous. Thank you so much, both for the support and for the little jumpy person. He's so cute. I think there's already some areas where that could be happening. Abundance, but there's support. These people are celebrating abundance, but what the other side of this card can be overindulgence. We're still doing too much that is affecting the atmosphere. Science is working on it and they are making progress, but there's still a long way to go. So yes, science is making progress on redressing the balance here. But the reading is it going to affect our perceptions, our visual perceptions and our sight? 6 of Cups. I got regression here. Now, this has got pleasure, but that's beside the point. What I got was here regressive genes. At the moment, I feel like color blindness is still something of a regressive gene, but the assessment is we're still not doing enough and we're still failing. And Six of Cups, step back. We're taking a step backwards for some reason. So regression, we're going backwards when we should be going. It's a bit of a 2 steps forward, 3 steps back sort of thing. 2 of Wands, Dominion. There are plans and strategies have to. Wands is the second fastest moving suit. So there has to be a increase in momentum in carrying out plans and strategies to help. 10 of Wands, but we're still carrying the burden of past actions. It's going to take quite a long time to redress the damage that was done. King of Pentacles. And it's going to take money and resources. Night, Deborah Costro. Thank you, Sherry French. Indolence again, the 8 of Cups. I have to start moving, doing things that move towards the future and away from old strategies, away from fossil fuels, away from pollution, smog, better, cleaner fuels. Princess of Swords. There is some disappointment. The Empress, nurturing. I don't think it's, look, I do feel there are some places where this perception is it's starting to affect some people. And it's sort of like a poison of sorts that can affect their perception of color. So it's not 5G waves, it's not anything like that. It's just stuff where the atmosphere, at places where the atmosphere is stuff is such that breathing it in, it can in some people it can cause it. But I'm not a doctor. But I do have, but overall I do not think it's going to get that far, that most of the human race is going to lose its perception of colour. I do think we're going to be able to pull it back. But, and seeing this change happening with fish and stuff, it's, yeah, it is a wake-up call. Leading cause of death in West Virginia is feuds. That's, wow, that, oh my goodness. That's just, isn't that just the most bloody ridiculous thing? That still happens? It's like, what? I can believe it's real. It might not be, but if it is, it's just bloody ridiculous. I mean, it might not be, but it might be the leading cause of gunshot deaths. Hi, Jane Bingley English. backwards in North Carolina too. Violence in family, yep. Okay, I'll stay on for another 20 minutes, bring it up to 2.5 hours. So has anyone got any more questions? I've got my second wind here, so I'll stay on for a little bit longer. Let's have a look at the news. Today is Anzac Day here in Australia. Anzac stands for Australian New Zealand Army Corps. In both New Zealand and Australia, it is a very important day. It's when we honour those who have fought for our country in any war, to me before and after World War I. Ooh, good question. Boris Johnson gets in trouble for taking, will Boris Johnson get in trouble for taking funds from his campaign to remodel his house? So, yes, it's the same as your Memorial Day, the equivalent. Here in Perth, we're actually on a 3-day lockdown, and the lockdown could be extended depending, because we had some COVID cases come up. So the dawn services and parade have been cancelled. But what's been happening is a lot of people have been, who would normally go to the dawn services, what they have done, and they did it last year, and apparently they done it this year as well, is that they will still get up and they will go and they will stand at the end of their driveways and they will hold a flag, and in the street, I guess somebody does the oath or something, and they're called driveway dawn. So it's called the driveway dawn service, and I think it's a wonderful way to still honour people. I do it in my own way. Both my grandfathers served, my uncles, 2 of my uncles served, one in the Navy, one in the Army, on both sides. The Navy was my mum's brother, the Army was my dad's brother. My uncle's son, my cousin, he serves. My uncle's wife, she served in the Army. My brother and hubby both served in the Army Reserves. You know, so it's quite important to my family. Hi, John Pelosi, happy birthday. So, will Boris Johnson get in trouble for taking money from his campaign to refurbish his house? Works, 3 of Pentacles. Oh, there's definitely 3 people who are looking at trouble here, and that's a yes, by the way. Virtue, 3 of Wands. He will face consequences for this action. We've got 2 3s here, eh? Let's have a look here. 6 of Cups. Pleasure. Yeah, it's something that's going to come back and bite him on the butt. He took pleasure in remodeling his house, but now that action, this should be reversed. It's going to come back and bite him on the bum. 6 of Swords. He's definitely in for a rough time with this. 2 6s. 8 of Wands. There is momentum building for him to resign. Ace of Pentacles. People gave him the money. He thought it was okay to use it for what he wanted. Nine of Wands. He's going to be embattled. The Empress. Oh, this is just... another mistake he's made. The pigeon, there's a pigeon here, and this is a prophetic bird that reminds us to listen to our inner guide. He didn't listen. He didn't listen. Princess of Cups, emotional news for him. And the Ace of Pentacles. Let's have a look at that in this deck. Sometimes when you, because the images can vary so much from deck to deck, sometimes I like to have a check. Wealth and success, your desires come to fruition. He wanted it, so he did it. Everything comes from the Creator's form, so it all comes back to him. Yes, I did, Laura Carlson. I did a reading on that. You have to go back and see that. Princess of Cups, emotional news. He had a, oh, this could get me into trouble, but I'm going to do it anyway. Thought, and yeah, he should have listened. Yes, he is going to get into trouble. Oh, yeah, he's going to have to pay. Yeah, the devil. Bubba girl, get your bum off the card. You. So yeah, he's in a wee bit of trouble. You'll make it to 60, and you will. $60 can be sexy. Absolutely. Okay, let's have a look at the news feed. Drunk GOP Texas Rep Dan Huberty's DWI arrest. That's drinking while intoxicated. When he crashed his vehicle into a minivan Friday night. Oh, what's going to happen with him? Haven't really heard of this dude. Huberty, 52, was arrested by Montgomery County police officers when he failed a sobriety test after crashing to a minivan with his Corvette. Talk about midlife crisis. Corvette parked under a minivan. To blind the fact, Corvette parked under a minivan. He did not stop for a red light before the crash. Jubity did not suffer any injuries, probably because he was drunk and his body was relaxed. Night, Jazzy girl. Thank you for joining us. No one was seriously injured. He's bloody lucky. There was a Democrat, Representative State Jewel Jones, a Democrat, allegedly threatened to call Gretchen Governor Whitmer. That was in Michigan, state rep. If you hit me, it's going to be very bad for you. I'll call Governor Whitmer right now. This is a Texas state dude. Oh, they're banning school lunch vouchers in Texas. How nice were they? Oh, I'm really glad to hear that, Anne. Annie, okay, let's have a look at general predictions. Let's have a look at what might be happening in the next week then. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll put this little deck away. Let's see. Let's have a look at the deck. Oh. 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 This is the Enchanted Tarot. It is a huge deck, like really, really big cards. Got the book. It's got some gorgeous artwork. I mean, this is just, as you can see from the cover. So let's see what the next week holds for people. So this is how big these cards are. And this is how big, like, the decks are usually. Well, he's not going to get chucked out, that's for sure. Wowee. There is a Mel Brooks film called Men in Tights, and I can't remember the name of the actor, but he plays the sheriff of Rottingham, and he's been shown something that's impressive, at least, and he goes, "Wow, wee!" I can't remember what it was, but they are beautiful cards. What's in store for the next week? Let's have a look. Where's that book I've been looking at for the numbers? It's got a just do a general. Start with Monday through to Sunday, okay? So I'm going to do it this way, okay? So Monday, 8 of Wands, momentum. Now, this is just a general look, so somewhere there's going to be momentum, movement on something. And this could be worldwide, just any upcoming events. Tuesday, 2 of Wands, new strategies being introduced. 8 of Wands for Monday. Tuesday, 2 of Wands, new strategies being introduced. Wednesday, Ace of Swords, something coming out, some truth being revealed. The Ace of Swords. Hi, Cartomancy. Thursday, Princess of Wands, the Orator talking about some actions. There could be testimony given or news about somebody. Friday, 5 of Hearts, loss. Oh, there could be some event happening that might cause loss and pain to people. Hopefully not of life, but definitely some loss. It could be a natural event somewhere, like an earthquake or a volcano or a hurricane storm. Saturday, Queen of Wands, compassionate, nurturing, required, protectiveness. And Sunday, next Sunday, Queen of Hearts, more nurturing. Vaccine, news on vaccines from somewhere. That could be us here in Australia. People, they're doing vaccinating people over 70 at the moment. That's Friday. That's Saturday is the 1st of May. But from the 1st of May, people over 50 are going to be able to book for vaccines. But we're only being given, we don't have a choice. We have to have AstraZeneca because they're keeping Pfizer for people under 50 because of the blood clot issue. And honestly, first when that came out, Scott Morrison came on the, there's definitely going to be a backlash. Came on the television and said, no, you'll still have a choice. You just have to talk to your doctor. And then a few days later, he says, no, you're only going to get AstraZeneca. Hey, it makes us feel valued, doesn't it? So, Queen of Hearts. I'm going to do another line. So there's a few things happening. Momentum. Where is the momentum happening on Monday? Is it, what's that to do with? Is it America or is it elsewhere? Let's have a look. The Chariot. It's momentum again, but that's a yes card. I asked if it was in America or is it elsewhere, and the Chariot said yes, it's America. So there's definitely more momentum, and things are going to be happening too fast for somebody. 2 of Wands on Tuesday. Strategy put into play. Hi, Mims. Strategy put into play. Is this going to mean indictments for somebody? 3 of Wands. That's a yes, and that's a consequences card, isn't it? Look, see. So strategy is going to come into play. 3 of Wands. Yes, that's indictment, possibly for 3 people or 3 counts. That could be Matt Gaetz. Could be Trump. I'll do a clarifier on that. The Ace of Swords, truth coming out. Is that America, England? Is that elsewhere? Something coming out. US or England? King of Pentacles. I think that's Boris Johnson. I think there might be more stuff coming out about him, and he's building his house. Princess of Wands. Now, this is actions. Messages about actions. This might be something to do with Navalny. Is that Navalny? Prince of Swords. That's the Knight of Swords. Chaotic. Chaos erupting, I think. I think that's maybe in Russia with Navalny. I mean, that could be news about Navalny. That's really going to cause a few things to happen. Now, 5 of Hearts, a Friday. I'm getting a feeling that that's linked to event. Like it could be. I hope it's not. I hope it could be natural. Will this be a natural event? The Empress. That's a yes. I'm getting abundance. I'm getting abundance of energy. It could be seismic. I'll do a clarifier on that. Saturday, the Queen of Wands. That's the 1st of May here. Protective, compassionate. I do feel like the Queen of Hearts is Australia and the vaccine. Queen of Wands, investigative. There's going to be an investigation launched against something. What's going to happen there? Ace of Wands. Oh, yes, new investigations and new creativity. So that's going to open up somewhere. I feel that's going to be against someone in the US. Now, the Queen of Hearts next Sunday. I do feel that's Australian. I do feel it's the vaccine. What's going on there? Oh, it's going to make more changes. Arsehole. We're going to start feeling the effects of the stuffed up rollout of vaccines here in this country. Might look pretty, but look what's right in the center, the skeleton. It's a death card. I'm not saying people are going to die. No, I just feel like so I've got a couple of clarifiers I want to put here. So we'll go to Tuesday and indictments. Is that Matt Gaetz or somebody else? Let's have a look. The Devil. Paying for the mistakes. Repetition of mistakes over and over and over. The same thing over and over and over. Repetition of. You know what? I think it could be Trump doing the same thing over and over and getting away with it, but the same wrong things, illegal things. That could be Trump. What's the Empress card? on the Friday with an event. Is that seismic? 10 of Wands. It's certainly that's a no card. But it's really going to put a burden on resources. What's that investigation about? New. What's that about? Is it about money? Is it about sex? Is it about secret spying? The Hierophant. Someone within government. Someone within an institution that did the wrong thing. The Fool. Yeah, it's definitely. There's going to be fresh investigations into some people in Congress. Let's have a look at Australia. Vaccinations. What's that death card about? It can be changes that we can't stop. The Hermit. Isolation. Isolation. I feel like we might be more lockdowns coming in Australia, or a continuation of lockdowns. What's this momentum about? Is it about indictments or is it about something else? Is it about indictments? Whoa! It is certainly, somebody's world is going to come crashing down about them. It's out of their control, and it is major impact. It's going to happen quickly, and it's going to have a major impact. Could be on Tuesday. Could follow on into Tuesday. I think those 2 days are. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today and showing your support and your love that you guys give me every week. Please take care of yourself. I did not do a follow-up on those White Lives Matter marches. Does anyone know what happened with them? I'd be interested to know what happened with them. Hi, Denise Trudeau. You've joined me right at the end. I'm just wrapping up now. But thank you for joining. And, yeah, I will be back Thursday at this stage, but I've got a couple of videos I'm planning to do on some mystery tour stuff, and maybe a couple of political things that I haven't had the chance to touch on as well. So keep an eye out for them in the next few days as well. Anyway, guys, I love you all so much. Thank you again for joining me. Stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy, and stay loving. Thank you. Bye-bye. Love you all. Bye-bye.